Just make sure your heart is in the right place. I can't tell you how much hatred I have heard since President Trump has taken office, even before he took office. The country is so divided right now, and trust me, I get it. I do. I get it. There's a lot going on right now in the world. There's a lot going on. A lot of things are happening. People are upset. People are hurting. The bottom line is we still have to look to the Lord. And He has given each and every one of us a commandment to love one another. Love Him and love one another. There's been so much hatred, so much division. People are speaking negatives. People are speaking death and damnation on one another. And that's not what we're called to do. I would hate to think that after all is said and done, you take your last breath on this earth and your heart is filled with hatred for somebody else, somebody you don't even know, somebody you'll never know. We are all flesh and blood. We all bleed red. We all have feelings that can be hurt. This is just a call for the people to begin to show love again. It almost makes me think about, and I wasn't around during the times in the 40s and 50s, but the times in the 40s and 50s when there was so much racial divide right here in this country. It takes me back, it makes me think back to those times. I hear it even now. So much hatred is being talked about for just all people. We've got to remember that we have a soul and we don't know when we're going to take our last breath. We got to make sure we don't have that hatred in our heart. Hatred leads to strife, brings on envy, brings on jealousy. Let's not do that. We get tunneled vision and focused in on one thing. We almost forget that the enemy can sneak in around us and destroy or take down. He's out to steal, kill, and destroy. We got to be watchmen. We got to be watching, and we've got to be praying. We don't know what's coming upon the land. We know that there are changes coming. We know that. We know with this new president, he's making changes. But as believers, if you call yourself a believer, we have got to begin to pray. Pray for our president. Pray for the decisions that he makes. No, I don't agree with everything that he's doing, but we've got to pray for him. The heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord. That's what the scripture says. And we have got to get back to praying. We've lost our focus, being mad, being upset. Nothing happens unless it comes by God. Nothing. President Trump is not in office by happenstance. God knew he was going to be the president of the United States at this time. We as the people have got to make sure our heart posture is right. We've got to make sure that we're not speaking death on our fellow man. Think about the things that are happening to others. What if that was happening to you? Think about if you were in somebody else's shoes. There are things going on that I don't agree with. A lot is happening. But we've got to pray, and we've got to remember that at the end of the day, we got to make sure our heart is right. I got to make sure my heart is right, because I don't know when my last day is going to be, and neither do you. We don't want to leave this world having, as what we say, dotted every I and crossed every T, but yet our heart is full of malice and hate for mankind, for people that we don't know, people that we'll never know. Let's just get back to loving one another, showing compassion and kindness to mankind. Let's just get back to that. People are hurting. People are hurting everywhere. We've just got to show love. I agree there are things going on, but we've got to get back to loving one another. I don't care what color you are. We've got to get back to loving one another. And before I close, I just want to insert this one thing. In Ephesians 4th chapter, verses 31, it says, "Let all bitterness, wrath, and anger, and clamor, and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice. And be ye kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God for Christ's sake has forgiven you." So I just want to say, put the anger away. Put the malice away. Stop speaking evil on one another. We all got things going on right now. Let's get back to loving each other, loving mankind, loving our brothers and sisters, even the people that we don't know. Let's not find ourselves speaking evil of people and wishing bad on people. From out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Let's not speak death on people. Let's speak life. Everybody's got something going on right now. There are a lot of changes taking place in the land, and we don't know what's coming. We don't know, but we can turn on the news and see that there are things happening. People are perishing. We've got to get back to praying, and we've got to pray for this man right here. We've got to pray for this land, pray for this country, and pray that our heart has the right posture. I just felt it in my spirit so strongly. I've been feeling this way ever since President Trump took office. I hear the talk and I see what's going on, and I know God is not pleased with the hate towards mankind. He's not pleased with us hating one another. So I just want to come on and just ask each and every one that we take inventory of what's in our heart. Make sure that before we go down, because even the Bible tells us don't be angry, let the sun go down upon your anger. So you think you've done everything right, and maybe you have done everything right, but if there's anger in your heart, I know God is not pleased with that. We've been given the commandment to love one another as Christ has loved us and forgiven us. So let's make sure at the end of the day, that's the posture that our heart is taking. I just want to thank you for stopping by. God bless.